Here's a doggo. Remember to wash your hands, and thanks for watching. I don't feel hunger. Ask me anything. I haven't felt hunger in 13 years. I was abused, and getting fed wasn't a when but an if. The event caused me to develop a psychological condition where I don't feel hunger. I have passed out after not eating for days at a time because I just forgot. I snack because food tastes good, but I'm very picky because even though I need food to live, it doesn't feel like I'm gaining any energy from it. It just feels like eating a flavored sponge. So I don't eat unless it tastes really good. Not nearly as interesting as other stories I have, but I thought it would be interesting. The brain is weird. You go on a long spree without eating, and the brain reaction is, we did it boys. Hunger is no more. One day my stomach was like, hey, we aren't getting fed. We are so hungry. And my brain was like, hang on. I think I have an idea. Fascinating. Thanks for sharing. Do you feel the need to address this with a nutritionist/therapist/physician? Or have you adapted to it? My therapist is who told me I had it, but I've adapted to it. Except for that one time my girlfriend was on spring break, and I was between jobs in a new city and my phone broke, and I forgot to eat for 2 weeks, and passed in line at Target, got rushed to the emergency room, and had to be in the hospital for 3 days. Besides that, I've coped pretty good. Have you tried setting a reminder alarm on your phone so this doesn't happen again? Yes, my girlfriend made me. Did you not notice in the mirror, or in general, that you were getting very thin? 2 weeks without food would surely have this effect. I didn't notice because I have a condition called chronic dumbass. Bro, the idea of not remembering to eat for 2 weeks is so foreign to me. I can't even grasp it. The idea of having to eat 3 times a day or else you are hungry is so crazy to me. Or that you can be hungry, eat, and then be hungry. Wow, my heart goes out to you. People do some horrible things to each other. What kinds of things do you eat in a typical day? What's your experience been with cooking/baking? I love to cook for my girlfriend who loves to eat and can't get enough of my cooking. I don't very healthy, sadly. I usually skip breakfast and lunch on work days and eat pasta, dumplings, or soup for dinner, or we eat out. On weekends I make my girlfriend waffles and will eat one myself. For lunch I will have an apple, her request. On all days I eat a lot of junk food, chips, cookies, ice cream, and cupcakes. Being a girl I get lots of compliments on how thin I am, but I'm very underweight and unhealthy. I get like this with thirst. I was never abused or anything, but I think I suppress my thirst so much at times when I was younger that I don't ever get thirsty anymore. It's really weird. I'm a nurse, not just guessing or lying for fun. This is extremely common. Folks, especially in the US, suppress their feelings of thirst so much in the formative years that it begins to register as hunger or not register at all. There are a few reasons for this. Trader Joe's has these coffee brownies ice cream, so good. Also, what food do you dislike? I can't stand Brussels sprouts. I have this idea I call the window. It shows how much like a food. The more open the window is, the more you like it. You might like cupcakes, but you don't like cupcakes that have been pissed on, so it's not open all the way. You might hate Brussels sprouts unless they are cooked a very practical way. Your window is open just a hair. My windows for most food is open, except for veggies, but only a little. That's a very weird answer. I hope it made sense. What is your favorite food? I like sweet foods usually, but I live for steak. Have you tried sous videing steaks? Or fancier cuts and types at crowdcow.com? I have, because I live in a shitty apartment I can't prepare them, but I still love to eat them. How do you remember to eat when you do? Also, do you ever feel like it's a gift/blessing? My girlfriend reminds me, or I cook for her and make a serving for myself, and I don't really like eating that much. I don't feel energized from it or any relief, so I'm just putting things in my mouth. How does gaining weight work for you? Have you ever tried it? I have no need to, thankfully. I'm only 1 pound underweight because the food I eat is very unhealthy. Have you considered a blood glucose monitor? Sounds like with something like this, there's a really high chance you could develop either diabetes or hypoglycemia. I'm not a doctor, I'm just suggesting. I have not. I just try to remember. Does your stomach growl at all? For me, a lot of the reason I eat is because my stomach makes a lot of noise if I don't, and it's embarrassing in a quiet classroom. It does growl. What makes you want the junk food, but not a meal? Would you take the steak over junk food if it were put before you? It's all about taste. Have you ever had the trauma treated, or is there even a way that you could possibly feel hungry again? Also, in a way, do you miss feeling hungry? I have gotten it treated, but I don't think it will come back all at once. How are you with thirst/drinking? I get thirsty normally. Also, do you like water, or would you rather drink juice or something yummier? I love sparkling water, but if I could survive on soda I would. Have you ever heard of Soylent? They make meal replacement drinks and bars that give you all the calories and nutrition you'd get out of a full meal. I've never tried any of their products, but I have heard positive things about them. I have heard of them, but they taste gross as hell. Do you get uncomfortable about folks complimenting on your thin frame? Do you ever make them uncomfortable by telling them the truth? When men say it, I always say, thanks. I'm very underweight, and your views of healthy are based only on what you find attractive. I'm not healthy, and this is not a good weight to be. When girls say it, I say it's not healthy. I'm very unhealthy, and this is not a weight to strive to be. Do you have other symptoms of malnutrition though? Like feeling weak, lightheaded, etc. When I haven't eaten, I feel all the normal symptoms except for hungry. Have you eaten today? Oops. Give me a second. Do you take a multivitamin or supplements to accommodate for decreased nutrition? Nope. I just try to remember. If you don't mind sharing, how old are you now, and how much do you weigh? I'm 21. I'm 5 feet 5. I weigh 100 pounds. Does your mouth water when you see a tasty snack or food? I've never thought about it, but I guess not. Do you feel full if you eat too much? Yes. How picky are you from 1 to 10? Are there any foods you absolutely despise? 7. Any melon? Is this like an eating disorder? Do you go to therapy for it? I go to therapy for a lot of stuff. This is one of them. What are the benefits, and how did you react when you first noticed it? Happy because I didn't suffer from not being fed. Try smoking weed. Always makes me hungry. I have. Doesn't work. Do you have a correlating disorder to your symptoms? There are several that include this type of experience. PTSD, anxiety, body dysmorphia, etc. Do you ever get admitted to the hospital from consequences of not eating enough? Like vitamin deficiency/fainting spells, etc. Yes, about 10 times in my life. Last year was the worst. Sad story, but unique. Is there a name for your condition? And also, are you having any problems with rapid weight loss or something? It's a rare type of emotional eating, or some fancy name for psychological appetite suppressant. I'm sorry that happened to you. How many meals do you eat a day now? Weekends 2 to 3. Weekdays 0 to 2. If it was up to me, I would just eat dinner, but my girlfriend isn't a fan of me not eating. But be aware that I snack like a monster. Famously, you said you only like foods that taste good. Is that exclusively junk food? Are there any healthy foods that you love the taste of that some people may not like as much as you? Example, I love olives. Like so much. A lot of my friends think they're gross, but I can easily eat an entire can in a sitting. Do you have any food like that? I love olive. We are olive buddies. Hearts of palm, Brussels sprouts, peas, corn on the cob, any cow meat, any non-melon fruit, bacon, hamburgers, asparagus, crab, spam, anchovies. I know personally, when I'm hungry for long stretches, there's a part of me that's really tired if I don't eat. Do you get tired from being hungry, or is it something you've tuned out? It doesn't affect you? Maybe it's more mental than physiological for me, and that would be fascinating to confirm. I don't feel tired for the first 24 hours, then I constantly feel like I need to conk out, but being a college student with a full-time job and severe PTSD, this isn't that strange. Do you ever wish you could feel hunger, not because you want to eat, but because you kinda forgot and are curious? I do wish I could feel hunger. I forgot what it feels like, and even though it sucks, I want to be able to relate to the pain of being hungry. Also, when you fainted, did you just faint, or did feel weak then faint? How much of a warning did you have? I thought I was sick. I got weaker and weaker, and colder and colder. I had a hard time standing, and the big giveaway was I wasn't a hem making any bowel movements. I thought I had extreme constipation. Was it gradual? If so, how long did it take? If you are referring to my lack of hunger, it was gradual. I would eat my nails, lips, and chew on chairs to get any nutrition. It started where it would work just a little, and then it would work for a minute, an hour, a day, a week, and then I got fed real food and never felt hungry again. Does eating change your mood or make you happy? With most food, no. With some foods, like cupcakes, I eat them way too much, and they can make me happy. How has your daily life been affected by this? Do you ever have moments where you wish you didn't feel this way? As a girl, I get a lot of comments like, is she anorexic? She just wants attention. I wish I was as skinny as her. Things like that. And I feel bad for girls who think that I'm a skinny legend or who have eating disorders and get bullied for it. I don't eat, so I can be very weak. Have you ever overeaten? All the time. One time I ate 2 whole steaks, 3 Sprites, 3 things of fries, 2 baked potatoes and a sundae within an hour period.